This episode is brought to you by LifeLock. The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in places that could expose you to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity is stolen, their US-based restoration specialist will fix it, guaranteed or your money back. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year. Visit LifeLock.com/podcast. Terms apply.
Is it time to reimagine your future? The right business skills may make a difference in your career. At Capella University, we offer a relevant education that's designed to focus on what you need to know in the business world. We'll teach professional skills to help you pursue your goals, like business management, strategic planning, and effective communication. And you can apply these skills right away. A different future is closer than you think with Capella University. Learn more at capella.edu.
Hello and welcome to the Rock Your Voice podcast. Vocal coaching tips that will transform your voice, interviews that will inspire, industry guidance, and so much more. Without further ado, let's get on with the show. Hello and welcome to day 10, monetizing your music. Okay, it's Christmas. I'm gonna try not to be the Grinch today because we all know that making money from music is a challenge, but it can be done because we all know this also. And there are many ways to monetize your music. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to have a number one hit and be a worldwide smash to make money. There are so many opportunities for you to make money from your music and doing what you love. So please, if this is a goal of yours, have a look at the different options, because if you're in a day-to-day and you're like, I just want to play, I just want to write my music and play and sing, and that is it, that is all, maybe you can get into a different day-to-day, such as teaching the joy of music, sharing your passion with others, and that can be fairly lucrative. You could do that as a sustaining career. Perhaps you're really awesome in the studio, like you're obsessed with sitting in your studio at home and producing your music and learning all about tech and all the different things that you can do as an audio producer. Maybe you should start producing music for other people, or maybe you should get a gig at a studio, start working at another studio as a producer or helping other people. Think about what you love so much. You could co-write as a songwriter. I mean, again, this comes back down to like the songwriting avenue is tough because you do have to have success with songs to make that money. But this is possible. If it's possible for so-and-so, it's possible for you. Trust me. If you keep working at it, if you are honestly good at it, there is potential there. So please keep following those dreams. And if you are a songwriter or a singer-songwriter and you want to be a front person, a performer, please check out the retreat in July in beautiful British Columbia in Canada here. We're going out to the mountains. We're going out to a beautiful spot where we can just completely retreat, spend some time by the lake. You can do a ton of songwriting with Aaron Goodwin. He's going to be there. He's a platinum selling artist. He's won CCMAs and all kinds of things. Juno nominated. Brilliant writer. And like the coolest guy. He just wants to see other people succeed. And he's formed a company called For the Record with his amazing wife, Victoria. And she's a music publisher. And she's got like 10 years experience as a publisher. She's worked with John Party, Dustin Lynch, Ashley McBride, to name a few. So yeah, she knows what she's doing. So if you want to like completely immerse yourself for like a week of just like songwriting, learning about the industry, we're going to have producer on hand who's going to help you kind of record your scratch tracks and demos. So when you leave, you'll have like a finished demo of your new song or any songs that you're currently working on. It's going to be a really cool experience. So yeah, please come check that out. And that might be the next step to you. Like you might be there, you might be the next big thing, just sitting at home listening to this right now. You might be, hey, I've got some songs up my sleeve, but I don't know what to do with them. I don't know what the next step is. Please reach out, check out this retreat, because we're going to be also digging into your performance side of things and all of that. Anywho, so if you want to live your dream and you need to fund your mortgage or your rent or pay for your groceries, making money through music can be quite challenging, but like I said, there are so many different avenues that you can look at. There's so many different ways that you can use the skills that you already have and become a professional in your own lane doing that. Okay. Streaming and digital sales, we've all heard all about that. Unless you are streaming in crazy big numbers, it's going to be kind of hard to make money. But if you enjoy touring, if you love performing live, that's a really great way to make good money from ticket sales and door sales and private gigs, all that kind of stuff. Corporate stuff is fantastic. So if you want to fund your own sort of creativity and your writing and your own music, put a band together that can go do some corporate stuff a couple of times a month, and then you can make really good money doing that. That will fund your creative side of the music side of things. So yeah, don't be afraid to do that. Merch, of course, takes an upfront investment, but merch is really big way that artists make money when they even do like big sort of arena shows or stadiums. The merch is a big part of that, and there is a whole other side to that where depending on the venue they like to take a 20% cut, which I think is absolutely really shitty, because come on, now you're making money from the artist in your venue. But I think they're going to start making some changes to that law. I hope they do, because I just don't think it's fair, because we know that like the ticket sales companies, the big boys over there are making a lot more money off selling the tickets than the artists probably are. So just being aware of that. But yeah, merch is a really good way to make some money if you're kind of coming into it, and if you do have the money to invest up front on getting some shirts and hats and koozies, whatever it is you want to sell. And that's also a brilliant way to meet your fans. If you are up and coming, do your show, then go hang out by your merch desk or merch table or whatever you have, and go sign some things, meet some people, and that's going to really build your fan base. Okay, you're never above that. Go meet your people, and then building your fan base too is really key. Like I just said, the merch table is a great place to meet people. They've put the time and the money to come and see you live, so go say thank you at your merch table. But social media as well is a fantastic way to interact with your fans and find the people who are really loving what you're doing. Email newsletters are key, because if you have several 100,000 followers on Instagram and one day we wake up and Instagram's not allowed to exist anymore for whatever reason, or it crashes and it's gone and all your people are gone, if you have an email list set up, then you still have contact with those people. So try and find a way. I know like MailChimp and MailerLite and all of those things, they have a way you can set up your landing page where you can just direct people to go over and put in their email, and then they're joined and then they're part of that. So I highly encourage you to put together a little bit of a promotion that will encourage people to go over, give you their email address, and there you go, you've got your friends at your fingertips right there, and they will always be able to access stuff. You're not relying on an algorithm to get in front of them. You'll be able to just send them an email directly. So that's a really big deal. You can use crowdfunding platforms too, like Patreon, Kickstarter, things like that, to generate support. You can do on Spotify, you can have subscribers too. So if you want to put some special content out, you can have people subscribe to pay for that. So there's a few different ways. And like I said earlier, with the retreat, with Victoria being there, knowing about kind of copyright publishing and understanding royalties and stuff, just make sure that everything is registered properly, that you're doing everything properly, so that when those, I mean, if they are just pennies for now, but you never know when something will hit, and then if everything is registered properly, then you might be taken care of by a song that you wrote a few years back or what have you. So just make sure that you do understand all of that, or make sure that you have someone who does thoroughly understand that to help you kind of set things up when you do distribute your music. And make sure that you are kind of covering your butt when it comes to co-writes and agreements with producers and all those kind of collaborations. And just don't be terrified of kind of sharing things. Like if you are co-writing, be fair. If you are working with a producer, be fair. Don't be like mine. That really that just is not going to get you anywhere. But also don't be raked over the coals as well. Make sure that you're trusting your instincts or trusting your knowledge, and educate yourself, and you know what's fair and you know what's right. Just to give you sort of a rough idea, like in Nashville, they have the Nashville split. So if there's 4 songwriters in a room, the song is going to be split 4 ways, which is kind of a nice straight up simple way to do it. If you're working with your buddy, 50-50 is always fair. But if you're working with someone who's absolutely useless and you know they've never written a song in their life and they just want to be sitting in the room with you to see what happens, then obviously you want to think about it. But being kind of a little overprotective or a little bit too harsh with your splits. I just be fair. Be fair. Be educated and be fair. Don't give everything away, but don't hold it hostage so that no one ever hears it and no one ever wants to work with you again. So tips for long-term growth would be things like investing in yourself. Use that income. Something really nice, kind of nice goals would be like, hey, I do this coffee shop gig every month or every week and I only get paid like $60 or whatever. But if you put that $60 away, if you can afford to put that away versus use it immediately on gas to get to the gig, everyone's life is kind of different and things are really tough at the moment. And if you do need to invest that money straight back into living, fair enough. But if you're able to squirrel away a little bit here to be like, you know what, I've really always wanted a really beautiful guitar, and then one day you can go buy that guitar with your coffee shop gig money, and then you'd be like, that I earned that guitar with my music. And then you have a tangible thing where your music has paid for something for you. Or you can put some money away and be like, I'm going to pay for a really high-end voice lesson, or work with this guitarist that I've always wanted to work for, or save to work with this specific producer. So it's really rewarding to put a percentage of the money that you're making from your art and from your music towards investing further into your music to upgrade equipment, hire a coach, or put it into some marketing. So it's very rewarding that way. And you can also put it into investing in business skills. There's so many brilliant online courses where you can learn things about sync rights and sync licensing, or learning about audio production, or learning more about the music industry. Berkeley Online has a brilliant music industry course. And I don't think things like this are crazy expensive. Some are crazy expensive. And again, use your spidey senses. Who am I paying thousands of dollars to learn from? Is it really, really worth it? Read all of the reviews before you go and dump thousands of dollars into an online course or an online program that is just not going to be worth it. And sometimes the ones that aren't ridiculously expensive are actually the ones that contain the most value. So make sure you research who you're learning from and why they've positioned themselves as a leader in their area, just to make sure of that. Go evaluate your current revenue stream. See if you want to start stepping away from, say, a sort of normal 9-to-5 or what have you, and if you can. And I know, please hear me when I say, I know right now is the way that the economy in the world is probably not the time to be quitting jobs or even thinking about, that's a nice idea, Emma, to just throw everything up in the air and go be a musician. Please don't do anything silly or risky. And I do totally understand that right now the economy is shit and it's really hard for anyone to make a decent living from something like music. But be open to exploring other areas. Even if you go online and look for online singing teachers or online guitar teachers or whatever, there's lots of opportunities out there if you want to start teaching and doing anything like that. So think about what you love about the industry, what you're good at, and be like, could I go and teach that? Or could I go and work somewhere doing that specifically? Because they are unique skills, and from the right people, you could be rewarded quite handsomely. So explore that, have a think, and see if there are other avenues. And day to day, you don't have to quit your job tomorrow and go and do it, but you can start building your little empire on the side, and then that can be how it's done. That's how I did it. I was working second jobs until I could finally just be like, okay, this is my business. This is what I do. Don't get me wrong, I still help people with podcast production. I still help people with other projects, but they're related to the things that I love to do. They're related to the things that I do day to day with music. So I'm still staying within the field. So I'm very, very lucky. I truly appreciate that. And I'm testament to getting the education, if you can get it, and train and make the connections, network, go to events where you can meet people who you can maybe help out or work with or volunteer with or learn from. Go explore the world that's out there. Don't be afraid, and don't ever think that you are less than, because if you're working at it, if you're doing it, and if you're trying, you're not less than. You deserve a spot in this industry and in this space. So go and explore that. Put down your ideas, dream big. Be crazy, but don't make crazy life changes until you have everything locked down, okay? Don't do anything super silly. Oh, I have a beautiful, amazing, wonderful client, and we're working to find her a producer for some of her songs and some co-writers and stuff, and putting the team together. And she's like, she's just like me. She's so enthusiastic, and it's like, okay, well, I found this person and this is how much it's going to cost. And so if I basically just use all of my savings, I can do this. I can make this work. And I'm like, I just hear like brakes screeching and everything. And I'm just like, no, because we don't know what you need all of your savings for, what is lurking around the corner. Let's find the situation that works for you, that is right for you. We're not going to go broke here. You're not going to go homeless and not be able to pay your rent. So let's be responsible and let's find the path that works for you. So if you're anything like me or my other client here that is just like, let's go. Just be careful, be smart, make good choices, and trust me, people who want to work with you will work with you. Okay? There will be ways to work around it. People who just want to take your money will just take your money. So use your instincts, be smart, and know that there are ways for you to make money other than just having that one smash hit that might be just around the corner. But let's work to make that one smash hit a reality. And I'll put links to the retreat in the show notes, and I'll be back again with more. Oh my gosh, we're getting down there. We've only got a couple left, so I'll be back with more in this series right away here. Have a great day and stay optimistic. It can happen. You can do it. We will make it so. Thank you so much for joining me for the 12 days of vocal magic. Now, the new year is just around the corner, and with that, I have new vocal programs just for you. I'm super excited. The VIP program is kicking off again in January. I only open the doors to this twice a year, and VIP is all about voice, industry, and performance. Now, we've got the Emerging Artist program kicking off. It's 8 weeks of live training with me, and we cover things like songwriting, marketing, branding yourself as an artist, copyrights and royalties, registering, streaming, releasing new music, pitching for gigs, media prep, all of the things that you need to know as an independent emerging artist. So if you are just taking the journey from hobby singer into emerging artist, this is the course for you. I will put the links in the show notes. Now, also, if you're just starting out, I have the beginner singer VIP course as well. That one is going to take you from the shower to the stage in no time. So whether you just want to learn how your voice works, how to get the best from your voice and have confidence in it, or if you do want to start doing things like open mics, getting on stage, singing karaoke with even more confidence, this is for you. As always, the weekly vocal workout you can jump in and join at any time, and I do have the High Performance Coaching Club, which also includes live training with me as well. You'll also get access to the entire weekly vocal workout back catalogue too. So check it all out. The links are below. Enjoy, and I'll see you again tomorrow.